Hi guys, I would like to talk about 100 Years of Solitude, 100 años de soledad by Gabriel Garcia Marquez because some of you haven't asked me if I could reflect on it and share my critical point of view with you guys. And I really love to share my talks with you. So let's start. This book is a symbolic and a complex novel of Latin American literature. It's very important because it's explored on Colombian politics, literature, culture, traditions, and history, capturing the spirit of the country. I would like to add that it reflect of the essence of the magic release. A magical release is a literature genre that blends the fantastic and the supernatural with everyday reality, presenting the ordinary and extraordinary in a unique way. So this genre has given a voice to many of Latin American histories. It has been a way to express our culture, riches, beliefs, mythical history, connecting generation after generation and offering every authentic perspective on our history and our identity. At the beginning of the book, we will find a brief biography of Gabriel Garcia Marquez, who born in Aracataca, Colombia, and he won the Nobel Prize of Literature in 1982. His histories are inspired by his childhood experience, but also he used to live most of his childhood with his grandparents, who teach him a lot of the history about Colombia, but also his grandmother teach him the mythical history that a lot of Colombians we have. So on the following page, we will find a family tree that is specific each member of the Buendia family. There are a lot of versions of this book, but I really recommend this one, illustrated by Luisa Rivera, because she put every detail about all the context of the book in her illustrations. So in general, it tells the history of the Buendia family over 7 generations in a fictional town called Macondo. I want to emphasize that 100 Years of Solitude reflect endless of the circle of their reputation and touch themes such as love, power, destiny, and memory, but over all this highlight the idea that the history tends to repeat itself if we don't learn about it. So this book play with the time, use a flash forward and flashback, but knowing the traditional way, so the narrative flows in a cyclical way, feels like the time needs to repeat itself. I would like to emphasize that the importance of the first page because it's a give us a glimpse that we can expect through the entire book. The first page introduces us some of the main characters, el coronel Arellano, José Arcadio Buendía, y Úrsula Iguarán. Úrsula Iguarán is my favorite character because it's a symbol of Latin American women for her strength, her resilience, her perseverance, and her fundamental role to keep the family unity. This blends of the time memories and the magic release introduced to the novel tone, where the fantastic and everyday intertwines. From the outset, the themes of the cyclical natural of the times is suggested, and this will be fundamental through the entire book. So there are 4 key aspects that I would like to introduce you. That is the cyclical of natural of the time, the fusion of reality of the magic, the importance of the memory and the past, and the notion of the destiny. So with this introduction, I would like to invite you to read this novel. It's this kind of book that once you start to read, will keep you immersed in the narrative.